Chosen one, look closely at what has been happening to you lately. You did not arrive here by accident. Heaven stopped your scroll because something on your face has been telling a story your mouth never said. You have smiled, but your eyes looked tired. You have rested, but your spirit still felt heavy. God is making you younger, not younger for vanity, not younger to chase the approval of people who never saw your pain. Younger because the weight is leaving your face, your eyes, your voice, and your body. Younger because the burden that aged you before your time is being lifted by the hand of God. Stay with this message, because this is not about appearance alone. You have looked in the mirror and wondered where the light went. You remember a version of yourself that laughed easier, breathed deeper, and moved through the day without feeling like every step cost you something. That person is not gone. That person has been buried under battles, delays, betrayals, prayers, and silent nights. Some of you have been waking up with a face that feels older than your years. The skin is not the first thing heaven is showing you. The eyes are. The eyes carry pressure. The eyes carry waiting. The eyes carry every conversation you never had because you were too tired to explain what was happening inside you. You have been carrying people in your spirit. You have been praying for people who barely checked on you. You have been forgiving people who never admitted what they did. And while the world called you strong, your body was absorbing the cost of being the one who always had to remain gentle when others were careless. This is why God sent this word. He is not accusing you. He is exposing what happened. You did not become heavy because you failed. You became heavy because you kept surviving storms that were meant to break you. Every season you endured left a mark, but God says those marks are not your final identity. There is a tiredness that sleep can fix. There is another tiredness that only release can fix. You know the difference. You have slept 8 hours and still woken up with your soul dragging behind you. You have taken breaks and still felt as if your nervous system was waiting for another attack. That is not normal fatigue. That is the sound of a spirit that has been on guard for too long. You became alert even in peaceful rooms. You prepared for disappointment before it arrived. You scanned faces, measured tones, watched energy, and carried invisible alarms inside your body until rest began to feel unfamiliar. Chosen one, your face has been wearing your warfare. Your shoulders have been wearing your silence. Your voice has been wearing the things you swallowed to keep peace. And God is saying, I am not just healing what they saw. I am healing what they never noticed. Because I saw everything. There were days you aged in a single afternoon. One phone call did it. One betrayal did it. One disappointment did it. One delay did it. You looked the same to others, but inside, something dropped. A softness left. A brightness dimmed. A version of you stepped backward because survival became more urgent than joy. But heaven is not finished with your face. Heaven is not finished with your eyes. Heaven is not finished with your laughter. The same God who kept you alive in the season that drained you is now restoring the radiance that season tried to steal. This is why your spirit is leaning closer right now. You thought you were just getting older. God says, no, you were carrying too much. You thought your glow disappeared because time moved forward. God says no, your light was covered by grief, pressure, duty, and the silent responsibility of being the strong one in rooms full of fragile people. There is a younger version of you that was never childish. It was pure, it was quick to believe, it was open to wonder. It heard God without needing proof from everyone else. That version did not disappear because you matured. It was hidden because the world punished your sensitivity before you understood it was a gift. You learned to shrink your brightness. You learned to lower your voice. You learned to stop looking excited because people mocked what they could not carry. And every time you made yourself smaller to stay safe, your spirit lost another piece of the freedom that once made your presence feel alive. This message is pulling that freedom back. God is not asking you to become who you were before the pain. He is doing something deeper. He is taking the wisdom you earned through suffering and joining it with the light you carried before the suffering touched you. That combination will make people stare. They will not know why you look different. They will not understand why your eyes seem clearer. They will not understand why your face looks rested, even before every outer circumstance has changed. But your spirit will know. The burden is leaving. The noise is quieting. The assignment is shifting. Do not reduce this to beauty. Do not reduce this to age. God is making you younger because He is restoring evidence. Evidence that peace has returned. Evidence that the enemy did not win. Evidence that what tried to dry you up could not cancel the living water still moving inside your soul. This is why the last season felt so strange. It was not only attack, it was separation. God was removing people whose energy kept your face tense, whose words kept your heart guarded, whose presence made your body brace for impact. You called it loneliness, but heaven called it detox. Some doors closed because your renewal could not breathe inside them. Some relationships faded because your light kept dimming to survive their darkness. Some conversations stopped because God was tired of watching you explain your worth to people, committed to misunderstanding your softness. The silence was not punishment, it was protection. And now the first sign is this. You are beginning to notice what drains you faster. You can feel when a room is too heavy. You can sense when a person is pulling from you without love. You are not becoming cold. You are becoming clear. And clarity is one of the first signs of restoration. The second sign is that your body is asking for peace, not performance. You no longer have the same tolerance for chaos. Noise bothers you more. Fake urgency bothers you more. People who only appear when they need something begin to feel heavier than before. That is not weakness. That is your system learning safety. The third sign is that your eyes want to rest, not sleep only. Rest. The kind of rest that comes when you stop rehearsing conversations that never gave you closure. The kind of rest that comes when you finally believe God can defend you without you presenting evidence to every person who doubted your heart. So stay close. The first sign has been named, but the deeper truth is still ahead. You need to understand what heaven calls youth, why renewal begins in the spirit before it reaches the face, and why God is not changing your age. He is removing the weight. Chosen one, before we go deeper, I need to name something gently, not as a sale, not as a distraction, as a seed your spirit can recognize later. There is a 7-minute audio called The Genius Song, created to support gamma activation through brain entrainment, and I will explain it fully when the time is right. For now, simply hold the idea. If your mind has been noisy, if your spirit has felt buried under pressure, and if you have been asking God for a simple way to quiet what keeps draining you, the official place is in the description and pinned comment. Stay here first. The revelation must come before the tool, because this message is not about chasing youth, it is about receiving restoration. God is not trying to make you obsessed with a mirror. He is trying to remove the thing that made you avoid the mirror. There is a difference. Vanity asks to be admired. Restoration asks to be free. You are not being called back into immaturity. You are being called back into innocence with wisdom. You will not become naive again. You will not forget what you survived. But God is returning the softness that pain tried to steal, while leaving the discernment that pain forced you to learn. That is why heaven says, younger. Younger does not mean empty. Younger means lighter. Younger means your eyes no longer look like they are guarding 1,000 invisible doors. Younger means your face stops carrying old arguments, old accusations, old disappointments, and old rooms where your spirit never felt safe. Some people hear this word and think of skin, but heaven is looking at weight. Heaven is looking at tension. Heaven is looking at the way your jaw tightens before you speak, the way your shoulders lift without permission, and the way your breath becomes shallow when someone with familiar energy enters the room. God is not changing your age, He is changing what age has been carrying. He is pulling sorrow out of your expression. He is pulling fear out of your posture. He is pulling constant alertness out of your nervous system, because your body was never created to live like a battlefield. This is the holy reframe. You did not lose your glow because you became less chosen. You lost access to it because survival demanded so much energy. When survival becomes your daily language, joy starts to feel irresponsible, rest starts to feel unsafe, and even peace can feel like something you do not deserve. You may have mistaken heaviness for maturity. You may have thought serious meant spiritual. You may have believed that being tired all the time was proof that you were carrying your assignment well. But heaven is correcting that lie. An assignment from God does not require you to disappear from your own life. This is where your renewal begins, not with a new face, with a new permission. Permission to stop carrying what God did not assign. Permission to stop answering emotional emergencies that were created to keep you distracted. Permission to let peace return without apologizing for how different it makes you. The enemy wanted you to confuse depletion with devotion. He wanted you to believe that the more drained you felt, the more faithful you were. But God says, faithfulness does not have to look like collapse. Obedience does not have to look like burnout. Love does not require self-abandonment. Chosen one, hear this with your whole spirit. Your youth is tied to your agreement. Every time you agree with guilt, your body tightens. Every time you agree with fear, your face hardens. Every time you agree with false responsibility, your energy leaks into places God never asked you to pour into. But every time you agree with God, something begins to reverse. Your breath changes, your eyes soften, your thoughts slow down. Your spirit stops running from room to room, trying to rescue everyone. And slowly, what people call glow begins to return as evidence that peace has found a home in you again. That is why you must stop calling this impossible. God has renewed people in wilderness seasons before. He has restored strength after famine. He has brought laughter back after mourning. He has caused faces that were covered in shame to shine again, not because circumstances were perfect, but because His presence entered the hidden place. This is not fantasy. This is pattern. When God lifts a burden, the body responds. When God quiets fear, the eyes respond. When God heals shame, the voice responds. When God separates you from draining environments, your whole presence begins to speak a different language without you announcing anything. God is not making you younger so you can impress people. He is making you lighter so you can obey without dragging chains. He is making you clearer so you can discern without panic. He is making you softer so love can move through you again without turning you into an open wound. The younger version returning is not the old you. It is the healed you. It is the wise you. It is the you who can laugh without guilt, rest without fear, receive without suspicion, and walk away without needing to defend every boundary to people who benefited from your silence. This is why the next season cannot look like the last one. The last season trained you to endure. The next season will train you to receive. Endurance kept you alive, but receiving will make you radiant. You cannot enter a season of restoration while still worshipping the survival habits that drained you. God is touching your rhythms now. Your sleep, your breathing, your appetite for peace, your tolerance for drama, your ability to say no without shaking. These are not small things. These are signs that the younger light is rising through the places where exhaustion used to rule. Your glow is not public property. Your peace is not a community resource. Your softness is not permission for people to mishandle you again. God is making you younger, but He is also making you wiser, because light without boundaries becomes a lamp for people who never planned to honor the flame. And alignment looks good on you. Peace looks good on you. Obedience looks good on you. A quiet mind looks good on you. A rested spirit looks good on you. Not because you are performing youth, but because your original design is no longer being buried under constant warfare. So receive the reframe. You are not begging time to move backward. You are allowing God to remove what made time look cruel. You are not chasing the past. You are stepping into a restored future where your face, your body, and your presence begin to agree with what heaven has always known about you. But this goes even deeper, because renewal is not only a feeling, it has always carried a spiritual pattern. And when God restores a chosen vessel, He often does it right before assignment increases. Stay with me, because the next truth will show you why this kind of renewal has always appeared before a major move of God. Chosen one. Now you need to understand the pattern. God has always renewed the vessel before increasing the assignment. He does not send a drained servant into a heavier season without first touching the hidden places where strength has been leaking. Renewal is not decoration. Renewal is preparation. Moses did not step out of the wilderness carrying the same identity he had when he ran into it. The desert stripped him, slowed him, and humbled him. But when God called him, the old shame could no longer be the loudest voice. A man who once hid his face began standing before power with holy authority. David was anointed long before the crown touched his head, yet he had to survive caves, betrayal, rejection, and delay. Those seasons could have aged his soul into bitterness, but God kept oil on him in private, because the face that would one day lead a nation had to be restored before the nation ever saw him. Elijah also knew the weight of exhaustion. He knew what it felt like to run after victory and still feel empty. He knew the strange grief that comes when you have been strong for too long. God did not mock his tiredness. God fed him, let him rest, and spoke in a quiet place. That is the pattern. Heaven does not shame the tired chosen one. Heaven restores them. God knows that spiritual warfare can sit in the body. He knows that fear can change the breath. He knows that delay can bend the posture. And he knows that sorrow can make the eyes look older than the promise. So when God says He is making you younger, He is speaking to more than your reflection. He is speaking to the years stolen by survival. He is speaking to the nights you lost to overthinking. He is speaking to the mornings when you stood up, but your soul was still lying on the floor. This is why Scripture keeps showing renewal as strength returning. Not shallow strength, not performance strength. The kind of strength that rises after God touches the inner room. The kind that makes a person stand again without needing revenge, applause, or permission from those who misunderstood the wilderness that trained them. And yes, this renewal touches the mind. Your thoughts are not separate from your spirit. When your mind stays in noise, your body stays in warning. When your body stays in warning, your face begins to carry the language of pressure. That is why peace is not only emotional. Peace becomes visible. There is a hidden connection between inner stillness and outer light. When the mind is constantly bracing, the eyes look guarded. When the spirit is constantly explaining, the jaw tightens. When the heart is always expecting another disappointment, even a smile can feel like effort. God is healing the root, not painting the surface. This is where the science becomes a bridge, not a replacement for faith. Researchers at Harvard, Princeton, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and other leading universities have studied brain states connected with focus, insight, and higher perception. One of those states is called gamma, and it is often linked with clarity and flow. Gamma is not something foreign to you. It is connected to the sharpness you remember. It is connected to those childhood moments when learning felt easy, wonder felt natural, and your intuition spoke before fear interrupted it. Many chosen ones remember being different early, even if no one had language for it. Then life became loud. School trained you to repeat instead of perceive. Pain trained you to protect instead of receive. Betrayal trained you to analyze every room before trusting anyone inside it. Slowly, the mind that once felt open became crowded, and the gift that once felt natural became buried under survival. That is why quieting the mind matters. Not because God cannot speak through noise, but because noise makes you doubt what He already said. When your inner world is full of alarms, even a divine whisper can feel like another threat. But when the noise lowers, discernment begins to return. Chosen one, This is not about worshipping science. This is about recognizing that God made your mind, your body, and your spirit to work together. He designed you as a living temple, not a disconnected machine. When one part suffers for too long, the other parts begin carrying the overflow. But now God is reversing the overflow. Peace is coming into the mind. Breath is coming back into the body. Warmth is coming back into the heart. Discernment is coming back into the spirit. And when those places begin to agree again, your presence starts changing before you can explain why. This is why the enemy fights your rest. He knows a rested chosen one is dangerous. A rested chosen one hears clearly. A rested chosen one does not react to every bait. A rested chosen one stops bleeding energy into counterfeit battles and starts reserving strength for divine assignment. The enemy does not always try to destroy you loudly. Sometimes he ages you quietly. He gives you one more thing to worry about, one more person to rescue, one more accusation to answer, one more delay to interpret as rejection. And if you accept every burden, your body begins to believe heaviness is home. But God is interrupting that pattern. He is teaching your spirit that peace is not laziness. He is teaching your body that safety is allowed. He is teaching your mind that clarity can return without panic. You do not have to earn renewal by exhausting yourself first. You receive it by agreeing with God. And discernment makes you younger, because confusion is expensive. Confusion spends your sleep. Confusion spends your attention. Confusion spends your face. When you are always trying to decode mixed signals, your whole system remains tense. But when God gives clarity, you stop paying emotional rent in places you were never called to live. The Bible shows this again and again. When shame lifts, faces change. When God encounters a person, posture changes. When a season of hiding ends, voice changes. The inner altar always speaks through the outer vessel. You cannot carry fresh oil for long without something about you beginning to shine. Now listen carefully. Renewal does not mean you never felt pain. It means pain is no longer the owner of your expression. Renewal does not mean you forgot the betrayal. It means betrayal no longer gets to sit on your face every morning. Renewal does not mean you became untouched. It means God touched you deeper. This is the authority behind the promise. Heaven has renewed chosen vessels before. God has restored strength in wilderness, clarity after confusion, laughter after mourning, and beauty after ashes. He is not struggling to restore you. The same God who formed your face can remove the sorrow that tried to claim it. And now, the deeper truth is approaching. Because the thing that aged you was never only tiredness. It was a thief. It was a hidden agreement. It was a burden wearing the name of responsibility. Stay close, because the next part exposes what the enemy used to steal years from your face without ever touching your body. Chosen one, now the thief must be exposed. The thing that made you look older was not simply time. It was the weight you kept calling responsibility. It was the grief you kept calling maturity. It was the fear you kept calling wisdom, because somewhere along the way, you learned to survive by staying tense. This is the hidden thief, false responsibility. It stole your sleep. It stole your laughter. It stole the softness from your face. It made your eyes look guarded in rooms where you should have felt safe, because your spirit was always checking for the next demand, the next wound. God is saying, that burden is not your name. That tension is not your calling. That tired face is not your identity. You were never created to look like the battles you survived forever. You were created to carry glory, not permanent evidence of every person who drained you. Here is the truth the enemy feared. You were not aging because God forgot you. You were aging because you kept giving life to places where God had already told you to leave. You kept watering dead soil because your heart did not want to accept the ending. But God is merciful. He is not shaming you for loving deeply. He is freeing you from confusing compassion with captivity. When your spirit stops guarding assignments that no longer belong to you, your face can soften again, and this is where the years begin to lift. Some of you are about to feel a strange lightness. You will stop agreeing with guilt. You will stop agreeing with panic. You will stop agreeing with the lie that exhaustion proves faithfulness. Even your face will begin to rest, because your spirit will no longer drag yesterday into every morning like a chain. This is why God says He is making you younger. He is not erasing your wisdom. He is erasing the heaviness that disguised itself as wisdom. He is not removing your discernment. He is removing the fear that pretended to be discernment. He is bringing your original light forward. Now you are ready to understand what I named earlier. I spoke briefly about the genius song, because some doors should not be explained before the wound is named. Now that you understand the weight, you can understand why the mind matters in restoration and why quietness is not small. When a chosen one lives under pressure for too long, the mind begins to treat peace like danger. Thoughts run, sleep breaks, the body braces, the face tightens. The spirit hears God, but the noise rises so loudly that even a divine whisper has to push through fear. The genius song was created for this kind of inner noise. It is a 7-minute digital audio track listened to through headphones, designed around brain entrainment and gamma activation. It is not a meditation routine. It is not a mantra. It is not another complicated practice for a tired person. Dr. Robert Lake, a neuroscientist with 34 years of experience, built this around the idea that gamma is connected with clarity, intuition, focus, and flow. Research from Harvard, Princeton, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and other leading universities has explored higher brain states connected with insight and perception. But hear the bridge correctly. This does not replace God. It supports the temple God gave you. Your brain is not separate from your assignment. Your nervous system is not separate from obedience. When your inner world is constantly noisy, even faith can feel harder to hold. That buried clarity is what the genius song is designed to support. It helps guide the brain toward gamma, the super brainwave often connected with deep focus and intuitive knowing. You simply listen for 7 minutes with headphones. No long ritual, no perfect posture, no pressure to become someone else. One woman, in her late 40s, nearly gave up after the first few weeks. She did not feel a dramatic lightning moment, but after a little more time, she realized she was sleeping deeper, making decisions without old fog, and walking into work without the same trapped feeling. More than 18,366 people have used the genius song, and fewer than 4% ask for a refund. That matters because it means most people continue after the guarantee window, not from pressure, but because the practice feels worth keeping. Now let us speak plainly, without making this feel commercial. Meditation apps can cost around $15 each month. Growth courses can cost $100 to $200. Therapy can cost around $150 for one session, and retreats can cost $400 to $800. Some clinics charge around $300 for biofeedback sessions, yet most options do not specifically focus on gamma activation in a simple 7-minute format. Dr. Lake compressed his work into one audio, and the original price was $49. For the people hearing this message, it is $39 one time. No monthly subscription, no shipping cost, no waiting for a package. It is delivered digitally, and you also receive 4 bonuses with a total value of $80. Those bonuses include Genius Child with a $19 value, the Classic Book with a $20 value, Guided Visualization with a $29 value, and the 5-Habit Infographic with a $12 value. They help this restoration reach your family, your focus, your vision, and your daily rhythm. Together, that is the 7-minute audio, Dr. Lake and his work, the 4 bonuses, and a 90-day guarantee for $39. If you try it and decide it is not for you, you can ask for a full refund within 90 days and still keep all 4 bonuses. Now listen carefully. There are fake pages and copycat audios using the genius song name. Some are ordinary sounds with no real brain entrainment, no original technology, no 4 bonuses, and no proper guarantee. Do not search for it on Amazon, YouTube, Spotify, or random websites. The only place connected to this message is the official link in the description and pinned comment. That is where the original audio, the bonuses, and the guarantee are connected together. I am saying this to protect you, because chosen ones often get targeted by counterfeits before real restoration. Now pause for a moment. Put one hand over your chest. Breathe slowly. Do not make this a money decision first. Make it an identity decision. Are you willing to support the version of you God is restoring? The version that no longer wants to live under noise and false responsibility? If your spirit says yes, you will know what to do. The official link is in the description and pinned comment. Walk through it quietly. Receive the original audio. Let the next 7 minutes become a place where your mind can get still enough for the light God is restoring. The thief has been exposed. It was not age. It was burden. It was noise. It was false responsibility. It was survival, sitting on your expression like a veil. You cannot receive this word casually and return to the same agreements that drained you. This is why the next part matters. Once the thief is exposed, the restoration must be sealed. Stay with me, because now we will declare what leaves, what returns, and what heaven is restoring in you. Chosen one, place your attention on this moment. The thief has been named. The burden has been exposed. The false responsibility has been pulled into the light. Now heaven is asking you to seal the restoration, because what God restores must not be handed back to the thing that drained you. You are not leaving this message the same. Something has shifted inside you. You can feel it. The weight has a name now, and once a hidden weight has a name, it cannot rule you in silence the same way again. God is giving you language for your release. Say this in your heart. I release the burden that was never assigned to me. I release the faces I kept trying to save. I release the rooms where my softness was treated like weakness. I release the old agreement that said I had to stay exhausted to prove I was faithful. Take a slow breath. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. You have been bracing for so long that peace may feel unfamiliar at first, but unfamiliar does not mean unsafe. God is teaching your body how to trust rest again, and that lesson will show on your face. I declare over you now, the years of heaviness are lifting. The stress that sat behind your eyes is lifting. The sorrow that pressed against your face is lifting. The fear that made your body expect another wound is lifting, and the light of God is returning to your expression. This is your seal. You will not call burnout obedience anymore. You will not call panic discernment anymore. You will not call overgiving love anymore. You will not call self-abandonment humility anymore. Heaven is correcting the vocabulary that kept you trapped in holy-looking exhaustion. Your youth is returning through truth. Your youth is returning through rest. Your youth is returning through boundaries. Your youth is returning through a quiet mind. Your youth is returning because the spirit inside you is no longer agreeing with every voice that demanded your energy. Look at what God is doing. He is not making you careless. He is making you free. He is not removing your wisdom. He is removing the heaviness that disguised itself as wisdom. He is not erasing your story. He is removing the sorrow that tried to make your story your prison. Chosen one, you are allowed to laugh again. You are allowed to wake up without rehearsing old conversations. You are allowed to look in the mirror without searching for damage. You are allowed to receive a lighter season without explaining to everyone why heaven decided to be good to you. Some people will notice before they understand. They will say, "You look different." They will ask if you changed something. They will not know how to name peace when it appears on a face that once carried war. Let them wonder, because you do not owe everyone the details of your restoration. God is restoring your eyes, your voice, your body, your mind, and your spirit. Your eyes will no longer scan every room for danger. Your voice will no longer tremble before every boundary. Your body will no longer live as proof of how much you survived. Your mind does not have to solve every future before breakfast. Your spirit does not have to carry assignments God has completed, closed, or removed. The deep place in you is rising from under the dust of survival, and the younger light is returning with authority. Do not be surprised when certain people cannot access you the same way. Your warmth is still there, but the leak is closing. Your kindness is still there, but the weakness is gone. Your heart is still tender, but the door is guarded by wisdom now. Say it again with conviction. God is restoring my light. God is renewing my strength. God is quieting my mind. God is softening my face. God is returning my laughter. God is making me younger by removing the weight that never belonged to me. And now I speak against every counterfeit burden. Every guilt that tries to return, leave now. Every fear that tries to harden the face again, leave now. Every old voice that says rest is selfish, leave now. Every agreement with exhaustion breaks under the authority of God. You are not aging out of your promise. You are being prepared for it. You are not too late. You are not too damaged. You are not too tired for God to touch. The same hand that formed you can refresh you, restore you, and make your presence shine again. Receive fresh oil for the next season. Receive a quiet mind for the next instruction. Receive deeper rest for the next open door. Receive clear discernment for the next connection. Receive the kind of peace that does not need permission from anyone who benefited from your confusion. And protect this renewal. Do not run back to the same noise after God gave you silence. Do not offer your restored energy to the same cycles that consumed the old version of you. Do not confuse access with love, because not everyone who wants your light honors your life. There is a reason you heard this message today. Heaven is training you to recognize the difference between a burden and an assignment. A burden crushes you, an assignment strengthens you. A burden steals your face. An assignment fills your eyes with fire and peace at the same time. Comment: God is restoring my light. If this word belongs to you, let that comment become a seal, not for the algorithm only, but for your own spirit. Let it mark the moment you stopped agreeing with the weight that tried to age you before your time. If this message found you in the middle of exhaustion, subscribe and stay close to this channel. Share it with one chosen one who has been carrying too much in silence. Someone needs to know that God has not abandoned their body, their mind, their face, or their light. And if your spirit knows you are ready to support the renewal God is doing, the official link for the Genius song remains in the description and pinned comment. Do not search for copies. Follow the official place connected to this message and move quietly. No pressure, no panic, just alignment. If it is for you, your spirit will recognize it. Let the 7 minutes become a place of quiet support, while God continues restoring what the last season tried to steal from your mind and your expression. Chosen one, your face will not keep preaching old pain. Your eyes will not keep wearing old wars. Your body will not keep holding alarms from seasons God already ended. The weight is leaving, and the real you is rising to the surface. God is making you younger because He is making you lighter. God is making you younger because He is making you whole. God is making you younger because the assignment ahead requires a refreshed vessel, a clear mind, a guarded heart, and a spirit that knows it is loved. So receive this final word. The burden is broken. The light is returning. The old heaviness is losing its legal ground. The years are not stronger than God. The enemy is not stronger than restoration. And what heaven has begun in you will not be stolen again. In the name of the Father, I declare renewal over your face, peace over your mind, rest over your body, clarity over your spirit, and protection over your next season. Amen. It is sealed. God is restoring your light, and this time you will not hand it back.